Hey guys, it's me, Liz from Liz Does FlossTube. Boy, it's been 2 weeks since the last video because I was gonna film and then I'm like, I forgot, I put it off because we were doing stuff. And then by the time I realized I hadn't filmed, it was already like Monday afternoon. So I'm like, I might as well just wait. So this is probably gonna be a longer video because it's 2 weeks worth of stuff. And I have 3 new starts and a bunch of other stitching, but there were quite a few days where I didn't actually stitch. I just worked on getting things ready to stitch. So let's see, and I only really have one thing of haul, no, 2, because this is haul too. So I guess we'll start with whips, works in progress. So let's see, it looks like the first thing I worked on, trying to knock stuff over, put that there so maybe I can see it easier. Okay, so first thing I worked on is my DMC 250th anniversary piece, and this was a freebie from DMC, but it was from 1995. So I just have a crappy paper chart that's really hard to read. It's not necessarily handwritten, but the grids are not even, and some of the symbols are handwritten. Not all of them, but some of them. I am using the Royal Rose method. I think her name's Allison Royal. She's on FlossTube, and I think her name is Royal Stitcher. So she has a parking method that seems to be very good, and it's, I guess, really caught on. A lot of people are using it. So basically you work in 2 block sections and then you just work your way across. So this one I had done, I don't know, I think the first time I showed it I had done 400, well, a little more than 400, and I did 200, or about 200, because I can't count it, other than 10 by 10 squares. So here's where it was before. I'm pretty sure I've showed it before. Yeah. So maybe I've done more than 200. I don't know. Here's where it was before. And then here is where I got to. Oh, hold on. The light really shows through that. Except it's awkward. Okay. There we go. There's where I got to. So in Royal Rose, you work in like 2 block sections. And you work all of that like one color, and then you park it where it shows up next in the next block down. And that's how you park. And then if you need to end a thread, you're supposed to end it, like if I'm working this, I would end it, I would skip one set of blocks and end it over here. That way, as you stitch, it locks down those threads. And she says she does that because it seems to help with the lines you get when you do sections. Sometimes you get, like, you can see where you stopped and started the next section. So if you park underneath and end off to the side, you don't get those lines. And I haven't had to end anything yet because this is just so many colors. But so that's that. But like I said, I really like this method. I cut my floss the same length that I normally cut my floss. So I have a lot down here, and I am going to have to figure out parking bobbins or something. I kind of have an idea of getting pop sockets and putting the magnet, okay. Getting pop sockets and putting magnets on the back so I can pop it out, wrap it, and then pop it back down. So I think I might try that, but, so that's that one. And then that's the chart, and I'm going to show it because I'm sure you guys can't read it because I can barely read it and I'm sitting in front of it. So it's very old. It's really hard to read. And this is zoomed in. Like, yeah. So, and like I said, it's not a handwritten chart, but the grid is not completely even. And then like these symbols along this border are handwritten, and I don't know what symbol that's supposed to be. And then there's another symbol in here that I think is a handwritten symbol. So it's just like, it's a little complicated. But, so there's that. So that's the first one. Oh, I can show that too. And then the next day I worked on Myths and Legends because I just hadn't worked on it in a while. And I was going to keep going, but I had to scroll. And I didn't want to have to scroll and insert a picture of this, so I waited. So now that I'm showing you, I'll be able to scroll. So this one I did 242 stitches, which finished off the color section I was working, which is the Hecate's Hounds. So here's where it was before, and here is where I got to. So this section of this color is done, and then I need to scroll, and then there's another row of it above these. So that way I will be able to get that color done and then work the next color, and then I'll scroll and do back and forth. But like I said, so I've been waiting to work on it, but I've also been doing a lot of other stuff. So there's that. Then I worked a little bit on the Art Deco lady. Where did I put her? I did, wait, where am I? DMC. No, I didn't. That was last week. That was last time. So then I worked on the garden sampler, which is downstairs. Yep, it's downstairs. I'll put that in after I get these other ones, I guess. I did some on the Schitt's Creek. I decided I wanted to go ahead and go down and get the words because I was wanting to do something a little easier. So this, I just have, I could either look at it on the PDF and just zoom in, or I have the paper charts, or I have it printed out. So I did a bunch of the words. So here's where it was. All I had before, I think, was just the border and then the wheels of the bike. So I did all those words, and it's pretty cool. So the words go up to, I think, about here, and then there's a row of hearts. So, pretty excited. I just really wanted to get progress on it, but on an easier part of it. Then I worked more on the garden sampler. Okay, then I had a start. I had a new start, and I started on like the same oatmeal fabric that I use for most of my stuff. And the gold étoile was not showing up a lot. It was on the inside of the pattern, but on the outside edges, it wasn't showing up very well. Let's see if I can. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. So, this was my first start. And this is from Vibsters. It's called Lattice Patchwork or something. Quaker Lattice Sampler. So this was my first start. So I'm using 2 of my fancy flosses, and then gold étoile and $37.99 étoile. But see, like in here, the gold étoile will show up really good, but on these outside ones, that wasn't showing up a lot. So I started it over on white. I figured now's the time to make that decision before I get too far. But that piece of fabric is still big enough I can use it for something else, so. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Having issues with her tablet, I ended up having to restart it. So that was like my original start. And then I restarted it on white. And I think it's gonna work much better. So I was trying to get a little bit of every color going for the video, but it didn't work out that way. So here is where I got to on this one. So this is just, the gold is just going to show up way better. That was really all I was worried about because there's so much of it in the little motifs and everything. So here's what this will look like. I put the colors into Pattern Keeper, the colors that I'm using, as opposed to what she charted. So here's what I changed my colors to. And then this peacock, this is the peacock from Night Spirit Studios, or no, Night Stalker Calling. Wow, Night Stalker Calling. It's like blues and greens and purples. And at first I was like, oh no, what if it's too dark? But I think it'll work out perfect. And I'm having fun with it. So I'm really, like, if I want something to have metallic, I use étoile instead of the metallic floss because I don't like the metallic floss. I don't think anyone does. So I've got 2 étoiles in that project. I've got 2 étoiles in another project. Yeah, I kind of have a thing. So that's that one. And then my other big new start is my chart, the Adventure Time. So I have this Diamond Art Club diamond painting, and I'll put a picture next to me here. It's huge. It fills up almost my entire closet door. I think it's 5 feet long. And I know I'm never gonna do it. Even if I get back into diamond painting, I don't think I would ever finish it. So I've just had it hanging up, you know, with just the plastic on it because it's so pretty. And I had this crazy idea to chart it in wing stitch so I can stitch it. And I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours charting it. Basically what I have done is with my iPad, I have taken pictures of, like, strategic pictures. And then I'm using the edit so I can draw 10 by 10 squares. And then I'm taking that and putting it into wing stitch. I only have this much so far. View mock-up. This is what I have charted so far. That's how much more I have to go. So this is what I've got. So where this line is is the end of the first picture, and then there's another picture here, and then like the little skinny end. So I'm going to try to stitch it as like page finishes, which are the photos, I guess. But so that's what I've got charted so far. And I think next time when I go in to work on it, charting it, I'm going to get the black, a bunch of the black done, and then do the colors. But it's fun and it's going to be awesome. So that's what this part is going to look like. This is how far I've gotten. This is 2, 4, 6, 800 stitches so far. But that is so cool. So that's just that corner. Pretty cool. Now this is Mandy Benzano. So she does a lot. Well, her style is with these black outlines and kind of a stained glass look. And I just thought this would be great as a cross stitch. Now there is a shop on Etsy that sells her patterns as cross stitch, and she works with the artist and gets permission and everything. And I asked if she was ever going to get Where the Fun Never Ends, which is this Diamond Art Club. And she said she would look into it. Now I can tell you, this is 10 inches wide, and I think 28 inches long is how big it's going to be. So it's big. This is going to be a very long project, long term. Oh, here. So you can see I marked where my photo ends are. So that's like one page. So I'm going to try to finish this page, then go to that one. But really, in one day, I can get 400 stitches if I stitch off and on all day. So it's not, this method is very fast. This is the Royal Rose method too. So this one you can see I did have to end one, and you just take it one block away and take it over, and then as you stitch this next set, it'll lock down that thread, and then I can just snip that. So it's pretty fun, and it's pretty easy to do. You don't see where the line is. And then on my Colossal Octopus, I'm also gonna go, and next time I pick it up, I'm gonna start doing this method too. She has a couple of Facebook groups, and she's on Instagram too, I think. Allison Royal. But if you want to see more about it, you can search #RoyalRose, ROWS, and you can see all the different things. So that was the big thing, and then I restarted that Quaker lattice thing. Then I also spent a day, I wanted to do the Modern Folk Embroidery stitch along from 2019. It's called Hope. It was a mystery stitch along. So I wanted to do that one, but it's a monochrome, but I wanted to do it with 2 colors. So I spent an entire day printing everything up and then using colored pencils to figure out what ones I want to be what colors. So like this is what it looks like. So I spent like a chunk of my day doing this. So I decided the outside border of each of these is going to be every other one. So this one's purple, this one's green, this one's purple, this one's green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, you know. And that's that. And then each motif, I am figuring out, excuse me, figuring out which ones are going to be purple, which ones are going to be green. So I did a lot of coloring, but it's going to be awesome. So this one, I got 2 colors of Valdani silk. They come in little, it's like a little ball, but not, kind of like a yarn cake, but it's teeny tiny. And I've already gotten them out of their little cake form, so I'll insert a picture of how they come. So I got 2 colors. I got a dark purple and a dark green. So this is the purple, and it's called plum, something plum, royal plum, deep plum, something. So it's dark purple, and it's variegated. It's got dark purple, and then it's got like a lighter purple. And then this one's forest green. So this one is like dark green and a lighter green, and you know. And then to match, I got the dark green etoile and then the dark purple etoile. So my plan is the big outside border and the little motifs on the outside bits, like these little corners, are going to be the green etoile. And then the alphabet that's in here, like you can see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The alphabet I'm going to do in the purple etoile, and then these inside 6 corner motif things are going to be the dark purple etoile too. So it's going to be great. And this silk is so soft. And each of the balls have like 20 meters. So this should be enough. If I was doing it on 20 count Aida, it would definitely be enough. But it's going to be close, I think.
She saw a deer a couple days ago.
Oh, really? Huh.
Down the street a little ways towards...
Wow, they must be coming from the golf course. Our neighbor saw a deer in our yard a couple weeks ago, and apparently someone else saw one too. So I should have enough. I might need another one, but since it's going to be so long until I need them, I only ordered one of each. I wanted to do the 20 count Aida, but I would have had to order a bigger piece, and it would have cost me like at least $26, if not $40. It just depends on what kind I wanted. And I'm broke because of being between jobs and between paychecks and craziness. So that was like one day just getting ready to do it. Then I gridded the fabric, and then I got everything ready. Now some of it I did put in to wind stitch, because on block 8, which is this one, they give you a bunch of little motifs and an empty thing so you can make your own square. So that one, I put the frame, hold on. I put the frame, the corners, and that block into wind stitch. So that way, if I'm taking it to work, I don't have to take these. I can just bring this and just work on the borders that day. So my block 8, I made like a menagerie, so it's a bunch of animals. And then in the second block at the top, it says hope. And I didn't really want it to say hope, so I just took some 3 of the little things from that mix of motifs and put it there instead. Because I was going to try to make it say love, but I couldn't figure out how to work the words so it fit. So if I would have taken some time, I could have. But I thought, oh, you know, animals would be good. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I think that's really it. Oh, I did bring it up. Sweet. So I worked on the garden sampler 1, 2, I think 3 days. I think one of the days I didn't write it down. But I got 3 of the squares done. So what?
She go.
She's in her room.
Oh.
What's up?
Yeah.
Nothing. Hey there. Okay. My mom came in to chit chat. So I got 3 of the blocks completely done, and I started on the 4th one. So here's where it was before, and here is where I got to. So I got all 3 of those done, and then he was just kind of a big brown blob, so I added some little swirlies to his fleece. So that's that. So I started on this one, and then once I get that done, I'll work on the big dude in the middle. So that's that. Let's see if I can hold it. There we go. I love this still. It's just I've been charting a bunch of stuff and got distracted. So, oh, I didn't even show you the modern folk embroidery that I did. So I did work on it after I got everything done.
These aren't for you.
So like I said, so I took this to work and just worked on it in the car before work, and then a little after work. But so here is where I got to. So this is the big outside frame. So that's the green etoile. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. And then this is going to be one of the inside motifs. So that's the purple etoile. And then this square is the dark purple silk around the outside. So I did 514 stitches that day. So there we go. And I figure, like I said, if nothing else, I can just take it to work and just do the frames. Like, so I don't have to worry about which one's which color, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is on a split rod, and I absolutely hate split rods. I just hate them. I absolutely hate them. It's like, if you try to tighten it too much, they curve in, and so you can see this is kind of curved a little bit, but it's still not tight. It's like no matter what you do, you cannot get them tight. So I hate split rods. But that wooden floor stand that I got from the thrift store, this is the one that came with it. So this fits in that stand. Hold on, I'll be right back and I'll grab it. Okay, so this is that floor stand that I got for really cheap. I got it for like $6. These are like $71 online, even on Amazon. But this is the frame that actually came with it. So it actually goes in here. But the cool thing is this you can angle it. And then you can angle this one up and down. So I thought this would be really good for sitting in bed. So I can like angle it like this, have the piece in there, have it angled, and it'd be like more over my lap. I don't know. I only have a couple of my regular scroll frames that will fit. Because it's for pretty long rods. I'm going to try to figure out, I think there's a way that I could make this adjustable. So these slide in and out. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So this one's just pretty much going to be on that maybe. I don't know. So like I said, so I don't really have a lot of haul. The only haul I have is the silks for this modern folk embroidery. That's it. But since I have been charting stuff in WinStitch, I needed a mouse pad for my computer. Hold on. Okay. I needed a mouse pad because I usually sit with my laptop on my lap and then, or on the table, but I can't find my old mouse pad. Like, I think it's in one of the totes. Gosh, he coughs loud. I think it's in one of the totes in the garage. So I was gonna buy a mouse pad. Well, they're like $10. And, so I saw this and I got it because it was only $15. It's like a lap table that has a built-in mouse pad. So now I can sit on the couch and have my laptop and my mouse. So $15, but I think it was well worth it. The only problem is I don't have like a regular laptop. Turn that off so I don't kill the battery. I don't have a regular laptop. I have a Microsoft Surface. So it doesn't, like, you know, regular laptop, it just opens and then you adjust, you adjust how far it's angled. Well, with the Surface, it has like a kickstand to adjust how high it's angled. So if I put it so the end of the keyboard is where this is, the kickstand falls off. So I have to like put the keyboard above this. It's whatever. Easy enough to fix. So, but this is really nice. And they had like 3 different colors, I think. I think they had blue, pink, and gray. And then I know there's at least one shop on Etsy that has these floss measuring sticks. And basically you get the length that you cut your floss at. And all you do is you like hold your floss and then you wrap it around the stick and then you cut. And then when you pull it off, you have the length you need. They're very pretty. They're very nice. They're, awesome, but they're expensive. So I made my own out of a 5-gallon paint stir stick. I just cut it and sanded it as best I could. It works. So this I only have been using for my 310, for my Cone of Doom. That way I don't have to keep buying 310. I can just wrap it however many times I want and then cut it, and then I've got, 310. The length I usually cut it. This is like 2 inches shorter than the rest of my floss. Like, if you look at like these green ones, it's just like a little bit, maybe you can see. Let's find a darker color. How about that? So that's there. It's just like a little bit shorter, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. So I've only been using it for the black, but with those Valdani silks, I used it for those too. So there we go. Really, that's about it. Oh no, so that's all the stitching. But I have been playing around in WinStitch, and I have charted a couple. Two things I have finished charted. I plan on eventually opening up a Gumroad shop. Once I have more than a couple done. So here's one I've done. I saw this as a quilt that someone had done, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool as a cross stitch. So I charted it as a cross stitch. And I'm calling it Star Spangled. And that's just 6 colors of blue, 6 colors of red, and then it's number 1 is the light gray, and then 3865 for the white. So I just thought that would be a cool cross stitch. So I've started looking on Pinterest at quilts and quilt patterns to see what other ones I could do. So I have a couple that I'm working on. And then, like I said, I've been looking at different ones that I think would work as like a cross stitch that looks like a quilt. So that's what I've been working on a lot. So that's why I didn't actually, you'd think for 2 weeks I'd have way more stitching, but there's been quite a few days where I've been working just on the computer. And with this new job, I don't get a lunch, so I don't have stitchy time at lunch. I only get 15-minute breaks. And so I've been having like an hour when I get to work, like before I have to go in. And then before I pick up my little girl, I can sit in the parking lot for a little while. But it's been so hot. I usually give up after about half an hour. Usually I would sit there for an hour, but it's been in like the 90s. So it's just too hot to sit there. It's just miserable. But yeah, I still drive the loudest car in the world because no catalytic converter. It's gonna cost anywhere from $600 to $1,200 to get it fixed. It depends on what all they took. And I don't have that money. So it's been sucky because I thought, oh, you know, it'll be a few $100s. I'll be able to do it right away. No. And it's illegal to just straight pipe it, just skip the catalytic and just attach it straight, you know, exhaust to exhaust, but you're not allowed to do that, I guess. So that's been kind of an issue. And since I've been driving without it, it just goes through gas like crazy because it's very much not fuel efficient right now. So I'm only going to be driving basically to work and to the daycare and home. My in-laws, my sister-in-law said something about trying to get together a family garage sale. So I said, well, I looked through the garage and I have some stuff and I'll look through some more. But she never said anything else. So I don't know when she was planning on doing it. And my phone's off because I don't have any money right now. So this is, yeah. So Friday, I'll be able to pay my phone bill and pay a little bit of something. Stuff went to crap. Let me tell you, getting fired sucks. Even when you think, well, it's not that big of a deal. I got a job right away. Well, there was still the time between paychecks. Because I got a job within I think a week and a half, but there was like 3 weeks of no money. So that's been my fun, and I think my mom is not happy either because I don't have the money to fix the car because I didn't have anything in well, I had stuff in savings, but not enough because I used it for when I didn't have money between paychecks. But whatever, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna keep charting stuff. I'm gonna keep working on these. Now I can scroll my myths and legends, so I'll be doing that. My mom likes that one. That's what she wanted to come in and talk about. But I told her, I'm like, I've been waiting so I could show you guys this so I could scroll it. So now I can scroll it. And then I'll just take a picture of this, and then next time I can just show this picture. So there we go. I will see you guys hopefully next week. I don't like doing 2 weeks because then I feel like I forget what I've talked about. So that's really it. The Adventure Time does have something like 56 colors. So that's a pain, but it's gonna be pretty. That's it. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll see you guys next week, and I'm gonna take pictures of all this stuff. So next week I'll be ready. I'll see you guys later. Bye.